Hi everybody, thanks for taking the time out to watch this little video on the MultiBlend shader. Just wanted to kind of cover some of the things that are just easier to show than to write up in a PDF or text file. So the shader itself is pretty straightforward. We have three channels that we can blend together, and out of those three, they all kind of have the basic setup of, here's your diffuse, your normal, gloss, and they all have a main, normal, detail blender. So I'm gonna just real quick, let's turn off the grass, and if we zoom in here, just take a look at this, the main normal detail. So I'm gonna pick, let's say, the top normal, since we have four normals that are loaded. Why not, take advantage of using them, cross using them. So I'm using the top normal, and you can see how we just blend or tile that particular image over top of it, and if we take it all the way down to 0, then we're not using the blended one, and if we take it all the way up, then we're only using the blended one at that point. So give yourself a nice range here to give you the look that you're looking for. The mask source is when you see the mask, you've got four channels, and right now I'm actually using this particular blend material, which is, as it shows you, it's going to use the RGB and A values that I've created, and I'm going to be dumping more of those in there later updates. So that's what the masks are actually pulling from, whatever you have set in your mask source. And so so that was the multi-blender. So let's go ahead and I think we can leave that alone. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top. So it's all world-based projection. So if we increase the levels here, we see that we're actually getting some moss to grow or whatever you have set in your channel. And as you move these values around, you'll actually get it to be projecting from different angles. So move this all the way over here and take this down, so now it's being projected from the bottom and from the side. So I'm going to just reset that back. Okay, so got it from the top. Again, we got the same ability to kind of blend those normals. Say we pick a different one and tile it up. So now that particular normal is only going to show up where this channel is being affected. And we can boost the albedo or dull it. This is another way of, if I found that I might have a tint that I like, and I just, want to tweak it kind of quickly instead of coming in here and picking a color and all that. So that's what the albedo multiply does for you. So let's go ahead and get right to the mask. If we turn on visualize mask, we can actually see what's going on under the hood. So now let's say we pick these guys. So now we're getting two masks together, and if you play around with these values, you see and this is really kind of the idea came from the histogram scan of the Substance Designer, which is one of those effects I really loved. So as you see here, we've got one channel. This is mask B, and we can tile it. We can kind of see, oh, there he is. Alright, so we got that one, and then with this one, depending on how you use your values, now we can kind of grow, and it pretty quickly can get intense, and can scale it back or push it forward or invert it. And so this is one of the reasons why I have the visualize mask, so you can really see clearly what it is that's going on. Because sometimes just these values, I mean, it helps. It's okay, but I found that this really kind of helps me to see clearly what's going on and help me to kind of get where I'm trying to go. So we can tile that particular mask or do that one. We get that set up however we want. And then you got your blend style, which is just different ways of running the math on the settings that you have. You know, obviously composite's a little softer, edge blend's going to be a little bit rougher, and then your additive is, kind of goes a different direction. So, these are things that are fun to play with. Let's see here. Let's find something here to my level. So we've got lots of cool things to play around with. You can see how these guys definitely change up. How the mask is being applied. And then you're going to have the same thing, the same effects, the same controls are going to be with the snow. Put some snow on here. You see I'm using the main source again. So there's a top source. So this really, instead of it being like snowy, tends to, maybe has that frosted look. So I'm going to just, let's come up here to the main, and I'm going to make the log itself a little darker. And let's take a look here at the snow. So again, I like to see what's going on. Blend them out. How much are you actually going to be using that mask? So here we see we got that kind of inversion effect. And this will all be, kind of globally controlled here by your world projection. And you can see that these values aren't very hard or crisp, so just a little boost, and we can very quickly, so again, this is where, I'd say that, it doesn't have to be snow. Really can be anything. I just wanted to give a couple of different ways to approach things, and I think that these masks offer some pretty cool uses. So let's say we got the snow falls, in this direction, and then maybe, after it's been sitting there for a while, maybe it starts to melt, this way. Anyway, that's about it. I mean, those are kind of the high points with it. Hopefully you like what you see, and if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on the forum, and I look forward to talking with you. Thanks.